हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदानश्चण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे श्रीगुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम श्री शंकराचार्य स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
मृणालिनी गोपालन भगिनी।
नमस्ते गुरु।
Namaste to all of you.
आम् ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता विविधा कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म कर्तेति विविधं कर्म संग्रहः।
त्रिविध संकर्म संग्रह, not त्रिविधम, त्रिविध संग कर्म संग्रह.
त्रिविध कर्म संग्रहः.
I heard it as त्रिविधम. Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. Next.
अनुपमा भगिनी।
ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः रोचते गुणसंख्याने यथा वच्छृणुतान्यपि।
Good.
शरद चवन महोदय। शरद चवन महोदय। शारदा।
हाँ मैडम। सर्वभूतेषु। हेलो।
यस गो अहेड महोदय।
सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्यममीक्षते अविभक्तविभक्तेषु सज्ञानं त्रिविधं सात्विकम्।
भावम अव्ययम ईक्षते, भावम अव्ययम ईक्षते. Okay.
ओके सर।
शारदा राजन भगिनी।
पृथक् नाना भावान् पृथक् विधान् वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्।
Good.
श्रीलक्ष्मी भगिनी।
Yes, madam. यत्तु कृत्स्नवदैकस्मिन् कार्ये सक्तमहैतुकम् अतत्त्वार्थवदल्पं च तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्।
First line again, please.
यत्तु कृत्स्नवदेकस्मिन् कार्ये सक्तमहैतुकम् अतत्त्वार्थवदल्पं च तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्।
Good.
उषा श्रीनिवासन भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय। नियतं संगरहितम् अरागद्वेषतकृतम् अपल्प्रेप्सुना कर्म यत्तत् सात्विकमुच्यते. Sorry sir, I have not attended yesterday.
It's okay. Apala prepsuna, not pal. Apala prepsuna karma yattati satvyo muchyate. Okay.
Okay sir.
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर भगिनी।
New shloka for today. Yattu kamepsuna karma.
यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म
साहंकारेण वा पुनः
साहंकारेण वा पुनः साहंकारेण वा पुनः
यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः
यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः.
Good. Next.
Veena Fani Shri Bhagini.
क्रियते बहुलायासं
क्रियते बहुलायासं क्रियते बहुलायासं
तद्राजसमुदाहृतम्
तद्राजसमुदाहृतं तद्राजसमुदाहृतं
क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतम्
क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतं क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतं.
Good. Next.
धन्यवादः.
Lalita Bhagini.
यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतम्
यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतम्.
Good. Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
Yes, Prabhu. यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतम्.
Good. Next.
Sheela Shinde Bhagini.
यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायांसं तद्राजसमुदाहृतम्.
One more person.
Vijay Lakshmi Bhagini. Vijay. Okay. Gurumurthy Mahodaya.
Yes, sir.
Gurumurthy Mahodaya.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we could hear you.
Yeah, yes, sir. यतु कामे सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतम्.
Good. Okay. So the earlier sloka, the 1823, what we did yesterday, it was talking about Niyatam Sangarahitam Aragadvishatakritam Apala Prepsuna Karma. So Niyatam is what is ordained, what is supposed to be done, that kind of karma, without any attachment, Sangarahitam, without attachment, Aragadvishatakritam, without any kind of desire or likes or dislikes. You are now, it's not just something that you have liking, so you are doing the karma, or you are not doing it because you don't like it. So it says that anything that needs to be done has to be done. Niyatam, Sangarahitam, Aragadveshatakritam, Apala Prepsuna, not driven by the results. Situation warrants the action, so I am doing it. I am not going to be governed by the results. Results is immaterial. But that is the action is called Apala Prepsuna. Not at all getting carried away with the results. And that kind of a karma that is being done is supposed to be Satvikam. So when we know this is the Satvikam, I am sure you will be able to make out based on this itself, Rajasam itself, that we have talked today. Now, if you look at that, Yat, two means contrary to whatever we are seeing in the Satvik karma, Yat, Kamepsuna karma. So here we say Apala Prepsuna, where the desire for result is not there, This and this has almost same meaning. Kamepsuna means desire for result. The karma is done with a desire in mind. So kamepsuna karma. So kamepsuna, palaprepsuna, both of them are same. That is apala prepsuna, it is kamepsuna here. So kamepsuna, palaprepsuna are both same. Okay. So kamepsuna karma. That is, there is a kind of desire in doing certain things because there is a end result in mind. And then sa ahankarena, when they are also having ego, whenever they do that kind of a thing, that is called sa ahankarena. So they got ego also. The ego automatically comes in whenever people have achievements. So when they say that, when they all driven by some kind of a goal, and then when they achieve that kind of a goal, they also have not automatically some kind of pride coming into them, ego coming into them. So these kinds of Rajasic people who are driven by some kind of worldly pursuits, and they continue to do those kinds of pursuits, and then they start gaining the results of the pursuits, then they also normally have the kind of ego and pride coming into them. So these people, they are driven by results. Kamepsuna, ahankara also will become a part of it because they have tasted the success in life, or they feel that they are different, they'll be able to manage everything. Like many of the sales managers of companies, when they achieve the sales, no, they keep their heads high. They feel that they have been a very, very successful person, and the pride level goes up, ego level goes up. And it is not necessarily only with kinds of people who are pursuing these kinds of things that ego goes up. Even people who have learned Vedas, even people who have learned all these kinds of tattva, jnana, everything, once they are also very well recognized in society that he is supposed to be so Vedic Pandit, and then he is called for doing some kinds of Vedic rituals. Those kinds of people also, for them, it goes into the head. Some of them also behave as though they are something super duper in terms of doing Veda and Vedic rituals. So it can go into anybody's head. When people start looking at them as a different people with a lot of capabilities, naturally this kind of ego goes in. All those kinds of things. Despite his study in Vedas, he also should be classified as Rajasic only because Ahankara has set into him, despite knowing that Ahankara has to be removed for spiritual journey. So, Yat Kamepsuna Karma Sahanka Sa Ahankarena and Bahulayasam. Bahulayasam means putting lot of effort. See, for example, if somebody has to be very successful in the materialistic worldly life, then they put a lot of effort. Efforts will be they'll work for 16 to 18 hours a day. They will try to ensure that the kinds of tough goals that they have are met. Then they may also have a kind of competitive goals that if they are doing X numbers, I should be 1.5 times X of that kind of a thing. So they put so much of efforts. So when they put efforts, and then what happens is that till the results come in, they also undergo tremendous stress and strain. I am sure that some of you would have experienced these kinds of people who are continuously stressed because they've got a lot of things to be accomplished in office level. They've got big targets to be met, and they also feel that by achieving those targets, they'll be able to be more successful in the growth in their organizations. So there are people who work 16 hours, 18 hours a day, taking so much of pressure, always on the mobile phones, etc. That means they put so much of, they're all, these kinds of people, they're continuously under stress, and also they put lot of efforts. So, Bahulayasam. These kinds of characteristics is karma. This karma is all called Rajasic. Tad Rajasam Udavradam. It is all told as Rajasic type of karma. So, Kame Suna Ahankasa Ahankarena Bahulayasam Kriyate Karma. Whichever karma is being done with the desire in the end, the results being the kind of goal that somebody is looking at it, and then that is as a byproduct they get into some ego and pride, and they also put so much amount of stress in doing the work, and they are continuously stressed till such time the goal is accomplished. These kinds of things and these kinds of karma that is being done is classified as Rajasic karma. Okay, next. Next, please.
Lakshmi Bhagini.
Yes.
Anubandham Kshayam Himsam.
Anubandham Kshayam Himsam. Anubandham Kshayam Himsam.
Anapeksha cha Paurusham.
Anapeksha cha Paurusham. अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम्
अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसा अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम्
अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम्.
Good. Next.
कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी.
मोहादारभ्यते कर्म
मोहादारभ्यते कर्म मोहादारभ्यते कर्म
यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते
यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते
मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते
मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते.
Good. Next.
अनुपमा भगिनी.
अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते.
अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते.
Good. Next.
विजयलक्ष्मी भगिनी.
Shall I say full, sir?
Yeah, full stroke.
अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते.
Good. Next.
श्रीलक्ष्मी भगिनी.
Full sloka.
अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनपेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते.
Good. One more person.
शरद चवन महोदय.
Hello.
Yeah.
I am traveling. I cannot see the screen, sir.
मृणालिनी गोपालन भगिनी. मृणालिनी गोपालन भगिनी.
आम् अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनवेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामस उच्यते.
It's not anaveksha, anapeksha. Okay.
Which one, Mahodaya?
The first line I heard it is anaveksha, is anapeksha. Anubandham kshayam himsam anapeksha. I heard it is anaveksha.
Anaveksha.
No, anapeksha.
क्षम्यतां महोदय.
In the book it is written way.
अनवेक्ष्य.
Anaveksha? Okay, sorry. It's only anaveksha. Ikshate only. Correct. Ikshate. You are right. It should be anaveksha only. I am sorry. Yeah? It's a mistake. It's anaveksha.
Okay, Mahodaya.
Veksha means ikshate. Ikshate means seeing. Okay, not seeing. Sorry, it should be only anaveksha. I just got glued to this slide. I'm sorry. Anaveksha is correct. Okay. Good.
Okay, Mahodaya.
Next.
लक्ष्मी भगिनी.
अनुबन्धं क्षयं हिंसाम् अनवेक्ष्य च पौरुषम् मोहादारभ्यते कर्म यत्तत्तामसमुच्यते.
Good. So now when you look, now we are looking at a person, sorry, not a person, karma, which is supposed to be tamasic type of a karma. Okay. So what are the characteristics they are talking? Bhagavan is talking about here. One is Anubandham, Shayam, Himsam, Anavekshya Paurusham, Mohat Arabhyate. Okay. So these are the 6 different things that is classifying. So what is Anubandham? Anubandham is somebody starting to do something without understanding what is the consequence of what he is going to be doing. Okay. Many times something is started and not understanding the consequences. Himachal Pradesh government told that I am going to provide so much amount of freebies. Today, 85,000 crores, they don't have salary for paying to the people who are government workers. Karnataka government has the same problem. They don't have money because they don't look at the consequences of announcing something and then doing certain things. And then they finally end up in a big problem. So those kinds of thought processes without understanding what are the consequences of my action, because any action today, especially when you are going to be at a very, very authoritative position, those actions have got lot of consequences in terms of the repercussion that it can create. So there has got to be a scenario planning done. In the management circles, we say scenario planning. One, anything, what is the likely outcomes? What are the pluses? What are the minuses? SWOT analysis to be done. So these guys don't do that. They simply, without understanding the consequences, they undertake a karma. If they undertake a karma without understanding the consequences of what it is going to be in terms of outcome, what it will lead to kshayam. That is, kshayam means losses. Ultimately, they will end up in lot of losses. And himsa, by doing such kinds of things, they are going to also trouble a lot of other people. For example, I am again taking Himachal Pradesh. Such kind of an action is troubling a lot of taxpayers' money. A lot of public work cannot be done. So it becomes a kind of himsa to the other people. Because just because somebody is done doing an unplanned kind of a work, it is going to create a lot of problem for other people. Himsa. Then anapekshacha paurusham. Anavekshacha paurusham. Not taking into account the capacity of a person. Okay, whenever you take any kind of a karma or whenever you do a kind of a project work, you have to understand what is to be done, who has got to do it, whether the person has got the capacity to do it, whether we have got the kind of resources that are required to be done, whether we'll be able to complete the entire thing in time, whether the consequences are going to be good, etc. As we've seen before undertaking any kind of karma. So these people, they don't even look at the capacity. They say that, okay, we'll ask him to do it. That person who is going to be doing may not even have the capacity to do that. So anavekshacha paurusham. Paurusham is capacity. So they don't even look at the capacity of the person doing that. Then it is all started. Mohat arabhyate, without any kind of thought. Mohat, out of delusion, all these kinds of actions are being started. So this kind of karma is supposed to be tamasic karma. So I think we can relate this kind of karma to a lot of things that is happening in the contemporary world. Okay, and we can also relate a lot of such kinds of karma to many things that we are seeing in our own circles of people also. So this is what is called the tamasa karma. So anubandham, not taking into account the consequences. Kshayam, leading to losses. Himsam, people putting others into a lot of trouble. Anavekshacha paurusham, not taking into account the capabilities and other things that may be required for completing a karma. Mohad arabhyate, started with just a simple delusion. That kind of a karma is called tamasa karma. Okay. In Tamil, there is a beautiful Tirukkural is there. Enni tuniga karmam tunindabin ennuvam என்பது இழுக்கு. I don't know. Some of you who have studied Tamil, we might have come across this Tirukkural. Enni tuniga karmam. It says that when before you start taking any action, please think about it thoroughly and then start thinking about how to do it. Okay. Enni tuniga karmam. Tunindapin ennuvam. After starting the work, I start thinking about what is to be done. Is ilukku, is supposed to be deplorable. It's very bad. It is very lowly. That's a beautiful Tirukkural, given around 2,500 years ago by Thiruvalluvar. Enni tuniga karmam tunindapin ennuvam என்பது இழுக்கு. So this is the same kind of thing. Anubandham shayam himsam anavekshacha paurusham muhad arabhyate karma yatta tamasam uchyate. So with this, Bhagavan has now completed karma also. Next.
Coming. Lalita Bhagini.
Mukta sangonaham vadi.
Mukta sangonaham vadi. Mukta sangonaham vadi.
धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः
धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः
मुक्तसङ्गो न हंवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः
मुक्तसङ्गो न हौवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः मुक्तसङ्गो न हौवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः.
Good. Next.
ಶ್ರೀಲಾ ಶಿಂದೆ ಭಗಿನಿ.
सिद्ध्य सिद्ध्यो निर्विकारः
सिद्ध्य सिद्ध्यो निर्विकारः सिद्ध्य सिद्ध्यो निर्विकारः
कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते
कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते
सिद्ध्य सिद्ध्योर्निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते
सिद्ध्य सिद्ध्यो निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते सिद्ध्य सिद्ध्यो निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते.
Good. Next.
ಗುರುಮೂರ್ತಿ ಮಹೋದಯ.
मुक्तसङ्गो न हंवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योर्निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते
मुक्तसङ्गो न हौवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते.
Good. Next.
ಸಾರಿ ವೈಟ್. ರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ ಶಿವಶಂಕರ್ ಭಗಿನಿ.
मुक्तसङ्गोलसंवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योर्निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते.
Good. Next.
ವೀಣಾ ಫಾನೇಶ್ರೀ ಭಗಿನಿ.
मुक्तसङ्गो न हौवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योर्निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते.
Good. One more person, please.
ಉಷಾ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸನ್ ಭಗಿನಿ.
मुक्तसङ्गो न हंवादी धृत्युत्साहसमन्वितः सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो निर्विकारः कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते.
Okay, good. So now, initially up to the sloka number 18 or 17, Bhagavan was talking about Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga summary. Then he is taking different types of topics across three gunas. He has covered Jnana and then he has also covered Karma. So the previous sloka 25th was the Karma portion of it that we started looking at. That is the Anubandham, Trayam, Himsam, those things of Tamasa people. The way they start the karma is they don't even understand the consequences and then do things which may lead to loss, etc. So he has covered jnanam and karma. So karma also he has covered it from a sattvikam karma, then rajasic karma and tamasic karma. He has already done that. Okay. But now, once a karma has been completed, who is going to be the person who is doing a karma? Those kinds of karma has got to be done by a person and he is a karta. So the person who is doing those kinds of karma automatically becomes those kinds of karta. So I did not understand why Bhagavan has made three more slokas, because the person who is doing a sattvic karma is a sattvic karta. Person who is doing a rajasic karma is a rajasic karta. Tamasic karma is tamasic karta. However, Bhagavan has now somehow he has put three more slokas here. He wants to define the karta also. So what I would suggest is that you can also think of those three slokas where he talked about the three different types of karma, and people who are doing that is also a karta, which you will be able to understand by these three slokas. Okay. So, but what is now he is talking about mukta. Sangaha. Mukta Sangaha means the person who has given up attachment. Mukta Sangaha. Anahamvadi. Ahamvadi means I. Anahamvadi. This person, he says, he is not going to be attaching the ego or the pride into whatever he is doing. We are talking about Karta. Second line we say, Satvika Karta Uchyate. He is called a Satvika Karta. Who is that? Mukta Sangaha. Attachments are not there. Yes, it's free of attachments. Anahamvadi. He is not going to be a ahankaric person. He is not a person with pride. No aham. So anahamvadi. Drityu utsaha samanvitaha. Drityu means determination. Driti means determination. And the utsaham means enthusiasm. The person, when he undertakes that kind of a karma, sattvic karma, he has got determination because he knows that niyatam kuru karmatvam, niyatam sangarahitam. That's what we have seen. Niyatam sangarahitam aragat dveshata kritaha. We have seen that. So he knows that this particular the karma has got to be done, and doing that karma is going to be beneficial for the society. It's a selfless karma. So he knows it has got to be done. When he knows that it has got to be done, then what happens? There's a determination in him that comes in that I have to do this. This is required because this is going to have a lot of positive consequences. So Drityu means Dhriti. Dhriti means determination that I will get this done. That is what is important. Then when he started looking at Rajasic person, we said Bahulayasam. He was continuously stressed and strained in doing that. So whenever in the morning he gets up and he says that today I have got to get this done, the Rajasic person will say, oh, this is to be done today. That pressure comes on to him. Whereas this particular person who is doing selflessly, he has utsaham. So Dhriti, determination is there. Utsaham also is there. So Dhriti samanvitaha, utsaha samanvitaha. So he is having both determination as well as enthusiasm. He is endowed with these two things in terms of doing that particular karma. And then, how is his attitude towards the results of this action? Siddhi, asiddhi. The results can be in line with what is expected, or results may not be in line with what he expected. Siddhya, asiddhya. Okay. So it can be in line or totally contrary to whatever was expected. But whatever is going to be the outcome, as far as he is concerned, nirvikaraha, he is not going to have any change in him. Okay, or he is not either going to get elated with that or going to get depressed with the kind of outcome that is going to come out of it. If he is having these kinds of characteristics, then he is called as a Satvika Karta. So Satvika Karta, Mukta Sangaha, Anahambadi, Dhriti Samanvitaha, then Utsaha Samanvitaha, Siddhi, Asiddhi, Nirvikaraha. If these kinds of characteristics are there, then he is supposed to be a Satvik Karta. One of the most important things that we need to understand in this is that a Satvik Karta is very clear that what is the purpose of doing a Satvik karma. The purpose of doing a Satvik karma is primarily for the purpose of Chitta Chutti. He is continuously going to ensure that his mind is going to be purified. So his primary intention is that by doing these kinds of selfless service, with determination and utsaham, I am going to continuously ensure that my mind has to become pure. Okay, so that is the way he has got to do it. So once the mind has become pure, then he has got to take a look. No, he has got to be very careful about that he cannot get attached to the karma and continue to do the karma always. That I like this karma and my mind is getting pure. How much purity you can bring in the mind once you have got the mind to be fantastically pure? Okay, so he should not be attached to the karma that he is doing, and at some point in time, he has got to give up that karma also so that he will be able to get into jnana. Otherwise, what happens is that when you look at karma, karma is primarily outside. You do it in the external world. You are doing it with the people. Your extroverted personality is required when you do karma. So at the end of the day, once the chitta chutti is better or improved, then what is required? You have to go inside. You cannot be continuously going outside. So karma is going to be only outside. So once you have got a sufficient amount of chitta chutti or antakarana chutti, the karma needs to be dropped and you have got to go inside. So that is what is very, very important. And these kinds of things, these guys understand. And he is called a Satvika Uchyate. These kinds of karta is a Satvika karma. So I think we are discussing about karma also. Sometimes we are all getting stressed with the karma that we need to do. So we have to very clearly understand whatever we do, sattvic karma has got to be used only as a mean to cleansen up our inner faculties, antakarma chukti. So beyond that, we need to come out slowly of the attachment towards karma and start going inside. That is what is the most important thing. I think we had discussed this even 3, 4 classes before when I was telling that whenever we do anything, it should not be that even if it be daily nitya puja also, you should not be stressed in doing that. You have to be utsagam dhriti, we have to do it. Oh, I have to complete it now, then one day I can do this, I can do that. Don't take it under pressure. Anything done with pressure of nitya karma or any of those things is all rajasic. You need to do it with dritihi and utsaham. That is very, very important. And if it is devoid of that and you are going to be coming under pressure and do this for the sake of doing it and completing certain kinds of things, it will fall under rajasic. It will not help you in terms of chitta chukti. So that is one of the things that you have to understand. So mukta, sangaha, anahamvadi, driti, utsaha samanvitaha, siddhi asiddhi nirvikaraha karta satvika uchyate. Okay. Next.
1 minute. Vijayalakshmi Bhagini.
Ragi karma pala prepsuhu.
Ragi karma pala prepsuhu. Ragi karma pala prepsuhu.
Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi. Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Ragi karma pala prepsuhu. Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Ragi karma pala prepsuhu. Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi. Ragi karma pala prepsuhu. Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Good. Next.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Harsha shokanvitah karta.
हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता
Rajasah parikirtitah.
राजसः परिकीर्तितः राजसः परिकीर्तितः
Harsha shokanvitah karta. Rajasah parikirtitah.
हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता राजसः परिकीर्तितः हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता राजसः परिकीर्तितः.
Good. Next.
Sharada Rajan Bhagini.
Ragi karma pala prepsuhu. Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi. Harsha shokanvitah karta. Rajasah parikirtitah.
रागी कर्म फल प्रेप्सुः लुब्धो हिंसात्मको शुचिः हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता राजसः परिकीर्तितः.
Good. Next.
Gurumurthy Mahodaya.
Ragi karma phale prepsu.
Phala prepsu.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhu. Lupto himsatmako shuchihi. Harsha shlokanvidah karta. Rajasa parikirtidah.
Good. Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
रागी कर्म फल प्रेप्सुः लुब्धो हिंसात्मको शुचिः हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता राजसः परिकीर्तितः.
Good. So now we are talking about Rajasa Karta Parikiti. What is told Rajasa Karta? Karta Rajasa Parikitita. The last pada you see that, no? Karta. Who is that Karta? Who is Rajasic Karta? In the previous sloka we said Mukta Sangha. Okay, that means absolutely given up attachment. Okay, that was Satvik Karta. Now in this case, he he is not able to give up the attachment. So he is a ragi. He has got raga, which means that he is attached in terms of whatever he is doing. Ragi. Then secondly, in the earlier case, he was not bothered about the results. He was only looking at it from the perspective of niyatam kuru karmatvam, niyatam sangarahitam. So that was his intention. Whereas here, karma bala prepsuhu, he is very clear about what is the result that he needs to get. So karma bala prepsuhu, ragi attached to whatever he is doing, and then karma bala prepsuhu, he is very clear about what kind of result that he has got to get. Lubdaha, once you have got a clear understanding of what is to be done, then it can also, once you are focusing on materialistic kinds of things, then greed also starts slowly settling in. The more and more you get, you find that it is going to become a one-way traffic. You will only get what is to be given out will have a big challenge. So that person becomes so greedy. He continues to possess and he does not want to give it out. He becomes greedy and miserly. So he becomes a lubdaha. Lubdaha means lobaha, or he is greedy. And then in the pursuit of his results, if something is coming in the way, he does not have any hesitation in terms of getting rid of that. He doesn't want to see that something is going to come in the way of his desired goals. So what he can do, he can also trouble people. Himsa, he can also do that. Himsa. Then himsa atmakaha. He is a himsa atmakaha. He can do a himsa to other people. And then ashuchihi. Ashuchihi means that impure. What is impure? He is not only looking at doing things in a dharmic way, he can also compromise on dharma whenever it is needed by him to achieve his goal. So he's called ashuchihi. Okay, so he is a himsatmakaha ashuchihi. Okay, then if that is going to be the intention of the person who is a ragi, who is desired, driven by the karma pala prepsuhu, greedy, and he is not bothered about even troubling other people and removing all the obstacles coming in the way, compromising every kind of things in terms of the right way of doing things, dharmam, adharmam, nothing is bothered. Then what happens to him? When he is successful, he is going to be happy, harsha. When he is going to be not successful, become shoka. He become depressed. So he is going to be a person who is going to be sometimes very happy, sometimes very not very happy. This year I got promotion, very happy. Next year I lost my promotion because I could not do business, unhappy. This month I could do my business 125%. Next month I could do only 60% of business. Again unhappy. Whereas the earlier person, siddhya siddhyo nirvikara, whether it is going to be success, what he wanted he has achieved or not he has achieved, nirvikara, he has got absolutely no changeless. He is not getting impacted by that. Siddhya siddhyo nirvikara. Whereas this particular person, he is going to be impacted by the results, and that is going to make him either harsha, happy, or shoka anvitaha. He is going to get into some kind of a depression. So these kinds of karta, these kinds of people are classified as rajasic people. Ragi, karma pale prepsuhu, dugdaha, himsatmakaha, ashuchihi, harsha, shoka anvitaha, karta, rajasaha parikirtitaha. So when you know the karma, you will be also related to the karta, because the person who is doing that kind of rajasic karma is becoming a rajasic karta also. But Bhagavan has taken 3 more slokas to explain them in slight detail. That's it. Okay, next.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
Ayuktah prakrutasthabdah.
अयुक्तः प्राकृतस्तब्धः अयुक्तः प्राकृतस्तब्धः
Shato naishkrutikolasah.
शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः
Ayuktah prakrutasthabdah. Shato naishkrutikolasah.
अयुक्तः प्राकृतस्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः अयुक्तः प्राकृतिस्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः.
Good. Next.
Veena Fanishri Bhagini.
Vishadi dirghasutri cha.
विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च विषादी दीर्घश्रुती च
तामस उच्यते
कर्ता तामस उच्यते कर्ता तामस उच्यते
विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते
विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते.
Good. Next.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी.
अयुक्तः प्राकृतस्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः विषाधी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते.
अयुक्त प्राकृतस्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते.
Good. Next.
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी.
अयुक्तः प्रकृतस्तब्धः शठो
प्राकृत.
अयुक्तः प्राकृतस्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतोलसः विषादी
शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः
शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते.
Good. One more person.
विजयलक्ष्मी भगिनी.
अयुक्तः प्राकृतस्तब्धः षडो नैष्कृतिकोलशः विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते.
Good. So here Bhagavan starts, he's talking about a tamasic karta, okay, a person who is doing tamasic kind of activity. So ayuktaha, so this yuktaha word you would have seen in lot of places, Yuktaha means that we are able to compose everything together. Even if you are going to be sitting in a dhyana also, we are trying to compose everything. We are able to bring our senses under control, your mind under control. Everything is under control. You sit there and then you get into meditation. Okay. So he is able to bring them all together. It's called Yuktaha. Ayuktaha means that this guy has got no control on anything. He doesn't know what to talk. He doesn't know what to think. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what are the consequences. Nothing. He is absolutely incomplete person. He is not a complete person. Like Yukta means they're very clear. Everything is very clear in his mind. He can bring everything in his control. Mind, body, senses, everything can be brought. But this fellow has got no control in any of these things. So Ayukta. Then the next word is called Prakrutaha. Prakrutaha means that when a person is not able to control his own senses, his own behavior, then how do you look at this kind of person when you come across these kinds of people in the public? You'll find them to be absolutely immature and uncultured people. They don't know how to behave in a public. They don't know what kinds of niyamams to be followed when they are going into any place. So there are certain kinds of niyamam, yama, all these things are there, but he does not have any of those things. Highly uncultured, immature. So he is ayuktaha, prakrutaha. He is absolutely not having any kind of compliance to anything, immature and person. Then stabdaha means arrogance, because he doesn't know what is right. When somebody says what you're doing is wrong, he is not able to understand and appreciate that. He will immediately start reacting. He is arrogant person, because when somebody knows that this is correct and what I made is a mistake, he understands that. Then we say, I'm sorry, I just jumped the signal. I did not realize that. I didn't see the signal falling because there's a big vehicle in front of me. I thought I can also go. So we immediately understand. I should respected that. I flouted the norms. So I'll say, I'm sorry about that because we have made a mistake. But this person, because he does not even know that he has got to stop in a red signal, when somebody asks him, why did you not stop? He will only be arrogantly responding, kya problem hai? That is the way these fellows will respond. So, ayuktaha, prakrutaha, stabdaha. Shataha means a very deceptive personality. Sometimes, he'll talk in a very sweet way, but we do not know whether what he is telling is going to be committing to that, because he has got no control on what he says, what he does. And in the previous thing also, we said that no, he does not have any kind of planning. Okay. He Anaveksha Paurusham, that's what we said. He was not able to have understanding of his capacity, what he can do. So these people, whatever they come and tell you that they will do, that can be deceptive also. They will not be able to get across, do any of those kinds of things, whatever they are able to come and talk to you. So Shataha means deceptive, because they are absolutely Anaveksha Paurusham. They are not able to know what is their capacity, what is that they can do, what is that they cannot do. When they don't know that, so whatever they give is deceptive only. You cannot be just carried away by whatever they say. Shataha, Naishkruti. Naishkruti means harmful people also. Okay, they can also sometimes turn very arrogant and start harming people, because they feel that there is absolutely no what do you call value systems wrong. So they can become harmful. And alasaha means absolutely lazy guys. They are not driven by any kind of goal. At least the Rajasic person has got a goal. He has got to make a monthly thing that I got to do this, I got to do that, etc. Sattvic person, he said when he's taking up a karma, we said that he is going to be Dhriti Samanvitaha, Utsaha Samanvitaha. He is going to be determined that I have to do it, and he's going to be doing it with enthusiasm. So this fellow has got absolutely no clear-cut goal. So if he does it, it is fine. If he does not do it, also he'll just sleep off. A lazy guy, alasaha. So ayuktaha, prakrutaha, stabdaha, shataha, naishkutikaha, and alasaha. Then vishadi. Vishadi means these guys are also capable of getting into sadness, because they find that everybody starts moving on. These fellows are getting back and back. They are not able to move further in life, so they get into sometimes sadness. But the problem with the sadness of these people is that they do not know how to overcome the sadness and come back into normal life. If you look at Arjuna in the first chapter, it's called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. He was only sad, but at least he knew that he was sad, and then went into have a discussion with Lord Krishna and said, I am surrendering to you, Lord Krishna, please help me. So that is the kind of a mature behavior. Everybody will have bouts of sadness coming up in life, but we should know how to handle the sadness. But this fellow does not know how to manage the sadness also. He doesn't know how to take care of it. Whom we should approach, nothing he knows. So Vishadi. And then Dirga Sutri. Dirga Sutri means that a person is procrastinated. He cannot do a job in the timely manner. Supposing a job takes around 3 hours for a smart person. Somebody who is not a very smart person may sincerely do it, but because he didn't have the skills, he may do it over one day. If you give a job, these kinds of people, they may continue to be on the same job for 7 days, 10 days, but still they would not have done that. That is in English we call procrastination. Procrastination means everything will happen tomorrow. Today, no, I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow you go and ask him, I'll do it tomorrow. So that is what procrastination. So these guys are procrastinating people. Dirga Sutri. So these kinds of things, if you are able, if you find, then these people are all called tamasic karta. They are these people are tamasic people. Okay, ayuktaha, prakrutaha, stabdaha, shataha, naishkutikaha, alasaha, vishadi, dirghasutri. All these kinds of characteristics are given by Bhagavan for a person who is a tamasic karta. Okay, right. Next. Kanchana Behini.
Yes, Mahoday. Anupama Bhagini.
Buddhirvedam dhriteshchaiva.
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव
Gunatastrividham shruno.
गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु
Buddhirvedam dhriteshchaiva. Gunatastrividham shruno.
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु.
Good. Next.
Lalita Bhagini.
प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण
रोच्यमानमशेषेण प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण
पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय
पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय
प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय
प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय.
Good. Next.
Gurumurti Mahodaya.
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय.
Good. Next.
Sheila Shinde Bagini.
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय.
Good. Next.
Krishna Pavani Bagini.
बुद्धिर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय.
Okay. So Bhagavan has now talked about jnanam, then he talking about karma, then he spoke about karta. So he had taken three slokas. So 9 slokas he has covered so far. Jnanam 3, karma 3, and karta 3. Now Bhagavan also felt important that he has got to discuss to buddhi as well as determination, dhruti. So Bhagavan felt that apart from that, this also he felt that he has just got to discuss across the 3 gunas of sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. So he says that buddhehe vedam, the distinction of vedam, that distinction of buddhi or intellect, dritehe chaiva, dritihi chaiva, along with determination, buddhehe vedam, dritehe chaiva, gunataha, the kinds of 3 types of gunam, no, trividam shunu, 3 types of guna, I will explain to you. Krochamanam asheshena, I'll tell you with a completely, he says, I'll tell you completely without any kind of residual thing needs to be told. Prithaktvena Dhananjaya. That not only completely, but I'll also differentiate between the 3 sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Very clearly, distinctively, I talk on the topics of buddhi, intellect, and dhritihi, determination. So he says that now I'll tell you about buddhi, intellect, and dhritihi, that is the determination or will. They are also going to be divided in three different ways based on the gunas of the individual, which I'll tell you completely without anything to be left. I'll tell you everything completely and Prithakvena, very clearly distinguishing all those things. So Bhagavan says that I'll talk to you on these 2 topics also, Buddhi and Dhritihi, which we shall take it up tomorrow. Okay? Yattu khamepsuna karma sahankareण va punah kriyate bahulayasam tadrajasamudahrutam anubandham shayam himsam anavekshya cha paurusham mohadarabhyate karma yattattamasa muchyate Mukta Sangohanam Mukta Sangonahauwadi Rityutsaha Manvitaha Siddhya Siddhyo Nirvikaraha Karta Satvika Vuchyate Ragi Karma Pala Prepsuhu Lubdo Himsatma Koshuchihi Harsha Shokanvitah कर्ता राजसः परिकीर्तितः अयुक्तः प्राकृतः स्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते बुद्धेर्भेदं हृदेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् तत्सत्